Gil Rief, everybody. Let him hear it.
Yeah, keep it going for Mel, your host. So I'm happy to be here because this is my hometown. I grew up in San Diego. I love it here. I always feel relaxed when I drive here. Actually, I grew up near San Diego State, and I ended up going to graduate school at San Diego State. I got a graduate degree in business. Unfortunately, my emphasis was a nonprofit, so I'm very good at not making money. That is my niche. Actually, I went to undergrad at Berkeley, and then I went to grad school at San Diego State. And going to San Diego State was a breath of fresh air because the women are just way, way, way hotter. Just to give you an idea, when I was there was sort of this scandal. There was a guy who got arrested because he was driving around the San Diego State parking lot, masturbating to all the beautiful girls walking back from class. Now, I don't condone that behavior at all. It is wrong. But he picked a good school to do that. Because, I mean, that would never happen at Berkeley. You would have to drive for days and days to find a girl worth masturbating to. And gas is too expensive. And it's not a very green way of doing it, really, in this day and age. But a lot's happened in the 6 years I've been away, not with my career, but in other things. For one, one thing is that I got married. You don't have to applaud, it's been a while, but thank you. I always have mixed feelings when I see women applaud, because I don't know if they're happy for me or glad I'm off the market. But my wife is from South Africa. In fact, she's from a very dangerous part of South Africa. She's from South Central Africa. They've got a lot of drive-by spearings there. You got to watch out. She comes from a pretty wealthy family. Her mom drives a Jaguar, an actual Jaguar. Not even kidding. I like to be married. It's fun. Just sometimes I wonder if there's just one woman out there for everybody, because she would be quite a slut. If you think about it. Wow, who am I even offending? It's a linguistic kind of joke. Here's some marriage advice. Here's one tip I could say. Like, if your wife ever asks you this hypothetical question, what would you do if you could go back in time? Don't ever say, try to make things right with my ex-girlfriend. There's a lot of sighs. It's a very emotional show here. I feel like I'm like on some ABC show. It's like very feminine, this whole crowd. But I like that, you know, now that I'm married. My wife and I, we adopted a highway. But then we didn't feel like looking after it, so we sent it to boarding school. And now that highway really resents us. And we actually have a baby now. My wife and I have a 16-month baby girl. You can clap for that one. That was hard. That was. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know, people ask you a lot of stupid questions when you have a baby. Like this one happens right away. People want to know, how much does the baby weigh? For some reason, that's a big question. They want to know, what's the baby's weight? And I think that's kind of a rude, intrusive question. You don't ask that about other special occasions, like, say, a wedding. Like, oh, you just got married? Well, how heavy was the bride? Sounds like a healthy bride. Or I love when people say this. They say that they have a brand new baby. Like, really, is there any other kind? Or like, this happens to me, like when I'm at work, I'll have pictures of my baby plastered all around my desk, and there's always somebody who kind of sneaks up behind me and leans over and goes, oh, is that your baby? Like, what if it wasn't? I would be the creepiest employee ever. Yeah, some kid I've been stalking for 6 months. The job market's really tough now. You know, I wish I knew how to play golf, because that's where all the major business deals go down, is on the golf course. But I wonder, is a miniature golf course a good place to discuss small business deals? Like over by the windmill, perhaps. You women will not like what I'm about to say. This is a very frightening statistic. But did you know that for every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 75 cents. Which just isn't fair. I mean, why are women making money off of us? Hey, there's always one guy who claps. Appreciate your bravery there. I'll tell you the job that really fascinates me. It is police sketch artist. Because this is a guy who thinks, okay, I like art, but I also want to fight crime. How do I make this happen? It's kind of like the job of mall cop. Because this is a guy who thinks, okay, I want to fight crime, but only in the retail sector. That's it. Just outside Cinnabon. It's as far as I'm going to run. There's a lot of weird food products out there, I notice. For example, do you ever see this? You go to a grocery store, you see extra virgin olive oil. You ever run into that? I don't understand this. Like, how can something be extra virgin? To me, either it's virgin or it's not. That's it. You know, like, were these olives wearing chastity belts? were their pits permanently sealed? Because let me tell you, if it's from Italy, it's been fucked. I've been, I know. Do you guys like Soup Plantation?
Yeah!
Because I come down to San Diego just for that, really. Because in LA, they're like 12-mile radius. I mean, it's too far. But I love Soup Plantation. I love all you can eat. But I don't think Americans have the discipline to cut ourselves off. Which is why I want to open up an all-you-should-eat restaurant. And I will just go around taking people's plates away. That's it. That's all for you. No more. Yeah, there's all kinds of stupid expressions out there. I'll hear, like, you hear this where people say, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Even if you can do the time, I still don't think you should do the crime. I don't want to get assaulted because some guy had some time to kill. Or for you college kids, you ever hear this one? Like, let's give it the old college try. You know, you hear that old-timey expression. What does that mean? To get drunk, stoned, to get a burrito, then pass out? You might as well quit. Give it the old junior college try. I like this one. People say bosom buddies every now and then. Female friends who are very close are called bosom buddies. But I don't think that's a fair term because we don't have an equivalent one for men. We don't have pecker pals. There's no phallic friends. No cock comrades. None of that. Lots of great expressions out there. I'll tell you one, this is just an observation of mine, but I think that athlete's foot is the most complimentary medical condition you could possibly have. Because basically, you've got some fungus between your toes, and suddenly you're an athlete. I do not see the connection. I think a lot of men would feel better about themselves if suddenly gonorrhea was called stud crotch. I feel pretty damn good.